Hey, my wonderful divine masculine Virgo placements. Christina here. Ginger Mama Tarot coming at you with your month of October. I almost said September. Extended Tarotscope. I know. How are we in October? All right, Virgos. Divine masculine. By the way, we all hold divine feminine and divine masculine energy within us. It's the yin yang balance that we all embody. But many of us are pulled at certain times in our lives into extremes of one or the other. So if you're unsure which one you are, if you're more avoidant, you run from connection, more fixated on money or sexual energy right now, you're likely the divine masculine. If you're more imbalanced in your emotions, very anxiously attached, you're likely more the divine feminine. Feel free to watch both to kind of see where you might be at. You might resonate with both readings. My website, gingermama.com with the 3 A's, also has a free blog post on the breakdown, bullet pointed, of wounded masculine, wounded feminine, and healed feminine energy. All right, so let's get into it. As I was channeling for you, it was very fascinating. It was like almost like a band, like not a band, like it was almost like a high school, like band practice where someone was playing like the clarinet and the flute and the piano and like the saxophone and the trumpet, like all the different instruments coming in strong. But it was like that energy of more like high school or maybe college. So whether you play an instrument or not, it kind of, for me, felt like this energy this month of you tapping into like your creative side, maybe a side of you that you've not really experienced since grade school or high school or college, and tapping back in with that, even if you feel silly. That's part of our spiritual awakening journey, right? Is like, all right, I feel like I'm going to be artsy today, or music or dance or whatever it is for you. So maybe some of you, it's musical instruments. Ooh, 4 of Swords. Hold on. I'll let it keep recording. Don't want to drop it. But yeah, the 4 of Swords here. It's like this feeling, especially early in the month, of pulling back from other energies and reflecting with Source. Prayer, meditation, things like that are going to be really big for you. I feel like sound baths, especially that channeled image, could be very significant for you. If you don't know what one is, you can look up in your area and see if they have them in person. I love in-person sound baths. They're incredible. But if they're not in person, I know TikTok, YouTube, they have excellent ones for free that you can do online. And so maybe starting to tap into that energy and see what part of your chakra system, your energetic body just kind of unlocks in experiencing that. They are called sound baths. But anyways, the beginning of the month, we kicked off with Mercury out of retrograde. Amen. But it's also a time to look back and say, okay, what happened in September? Did I fall back into old cycles that I should not have done? Like, did I connect with like these similar repeated patterns that like, I don't want to do that anymore. Why did I do that? Forgive yourself, move forward. Mercury is direct in Virgo on the 2nd. It's very grounded. It's in your sign, Virgo, and it's really easy for you. It should be easier for you to kind of pave the way forward of clear communication, whether these are friendships, relationships, conversations with yourself, just more direct communication. The 3rd through the 8th, we have Pluto direct in Capricorn, also earth sign energy. And I love this. I love this energy, but understand Capricorn is a cardinal energy. And so it's bringing up in us that Pluto energy too of death and rebirth, like our deepest selves. Like, what is it you truly want? What is it you truly want? That's a big question. But like when it comes to love or relationships, finances, money, whatever. And do you want to put the work in to get there? Do you want to do the tangible things that are necessary in order to get to that point? Or are you just going to keep being like, well, maybe one day it'll work. It works for other people. Because I feel like many of you, it's like you are doing the work. That is like kind of the energy. I feel like I really feel like maybe Virgo season really stirred up some stuff for you. And you're like, okay, I'm rebalancing in Libra season. So tap in with that. Let's see what cards come out. Yeah, look at this. Judgment upright. Like, you're in good karma. Queen of Swords reversed. It's like you're tapping in with how maybe you had lax boundaries, or how maybe you took advantage of people that had low boundaries. And you're like, okay, I did see that they had a low boundary and I did purposely kind of twist that for my advantage, right? And if you haven't tapped into that, ask yourself, do you do that? Do you know that people are just super nice and you're like, I'm going to take advantage of that? It's some shady shit, you guys. But I feel like you're recognizing it, which I like. Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords upright. It's like this feeling, but look, opposite directions. You're like, which way do I go? You definitely feel called to take an action. Understand part of that right now is the full moon in Aries that we have hitting on the 9th. That energy will sit with us from tonight on the 7th when I'm recording through to the 10th or the 11th. This massive feeling of I've got to take an action. And the action could likely be towards a lover, but it also could be away or towards a friendship of some kind, family member. Just be sure you're not blurring the lines of a friendship and a relationship. If you have ever been sexually intimate, had romantic feelings for a person, that is a relationship. That's not a friendship. You don't get to friend zone it, okay? You don't. You've crossed that line already. So sorry to tell you, but you shouldn't hook up with friends if you just want to be friends, okay? That's just, I know. People don't like to hear that, but that's the truth, okay? So question right now, especially that Pluto direct still with this Aries full moon, who do you really want in your life and why? And if you really want someone in your life, are you willing to fight for it? You might be realizing, God, there are people that really have stood by me and fought for me, and I wasn't doing the same for them. Ten of Swords reverse. It's like you stay in these same cycles of like, well, I come in here and there, I hang out with everybody, and like, it's just what it is. It's like, what is that energy? Can we kill that cycle of like half-assed friendships, half-assed love? Like, can we kill that? The full moon in Aries kind of, it demands that. The Emperor reversed with Justice and the Devil. Look at this. Look at these fucking cards. The Emperor reversed. Emperor is Aries energy. But reverse, this is controlling energy. It's like, I am. It's all about me, my feelings, my needs, what I want. I don't care about anybody else. But Libra, which by the way is Justice here, Libra season we're in, demands balance and duality. Are you over controlling in relationships to the point in which you're losing them, right? The Devil here. This is Capricorn energy. As we talked, Pluto direct in Capricorn. I cannot make this up. What are you obsessed with right now? Is it sexual energy? Is it drugs? Is it drinking? Getting high? Like, what is it you cannot stop doing? Gambling? This obsessive need for something that you know is actually just tearing a hole within your soul? And why do you keep doing that? It's like even right now, I feel like in this reading, you're watching this and you're about to go do this. That's how the energy I feel right now. Like you already have plans to like go hook up with someone or go get online or do the thing right now. That's the energy I'm picking up on. You're going to do it right now, but yet you're watching this. Like what the hell? Like what's wrong with you? I mean, you might ask yourself that. Like, why am I watching self-help stuff? Why am I trying to grow and evolve and call myself spiritual when I can't fucking pull the hell away from that, release that, and like sit with my own self? Because it's only going to get darker for you this month. And many of you, you sit there imbalanced just fucking your sexual energy. And then you get critical of feminine energy and you're like, well, I don't know why they get emotional or mad or whatever. It's like, because you're fucking gaslighting them. You're stepping in and pretending. You're telling them, let your guard down. Trust me. I care about you. I'm like so great. That's what you're telling them. And then what are you doing? By the way, hand of God here, confirming. That's how you act. But then the second they let their guard down with you, you stab them in the back and you're like, okay, bye. No, I told you I wanted to be friends. I told you I didn't want a relationship with you. I told you it was just sex. What is wrong with you? How dark are you if you do this shit? I'm sorry, but this feels just fucked up all of a sudden. Virgos. I feel like you're making progress and now I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, so if you can release that shit with the full moon in Aries before the 10th, you hear me? If you can pull back and look in the mirror at yourself and be like, I am a fucking shithead. I did do that. Address that with yourself and God, okay? Not me. I don't need to know. Then the 14th through the 22nd, okay? Beautiful fucking energy. You can get there. But by the way, this isn't going to be all beautiful if you don't do this. So if you don't want to do the work, don't do the work. I assure you the cards will come out different at the end of the month. 14th through the 22nd, we have Venus in Libra trine Saturn in Aquarius. Mercury is also in Libra. Perfect time for balanced, genuine, authentic communication that brings justice, truth, and peace to connections. Look at this. 2 of Wands upright, 6 of Pentacles. Looking to the future, unlocking your chakras, understanding the truth of the spiritual journey, protecting your energy, being emotionally vulnerable with who? The fucking High Priestess. That person in your life that you know you should not have cut off. Protecting the fucking connection, protecting your own energy, right? That's a great time to have those types of conversations. But if you don't want to, that's fine. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm saying that's a great time to do it. Reconciliation is great around that time. Just feeling like you need to get something off your chest, but only if you're doing it in a genuine way. If you're literally texting that person and saying something like that, but then you have plans to go out and hook up with the other person, oh, the energetic kickback will be unreal. And I say that too because we're moving into Scorpio season on what? The 23rd. So Scorpio season rolls in, and for many people, it will, especially masculine energy, be a lot of fucking conflict. And that's because Scorpio season is the death and the Tower card in tarot. It is literally all about death and rebirth. And so if you've not been doing the work to rebirth yourself authentically, Scorpio season's gonna push you into the hole. They're gonna say, this is what you did to other people. Here's your karma. Train's going off outside. It's gonna take you and twist you and squeeze you into the fiery pits of hell. And I know, I sound a little crazy, but it is true. And so this is your warning if you're like, oh, she's just out there. That feminine energy, too fired up. Okay. See how you feel as we approach the 23rd, the 25th, into early November. Because I assure you, I'm not wrong. By the way, if you're social media stalking someone that you actually want to happily ever after with, and you're just like stirring up fucking energetic conflict, you're going to have massive kickback there too. Because I'm sorry, if you love someone, you never fucking social media stalk them. That would make you like a pervert or a peeping Tom. That's really fucking twisted. You know, it's one thing if you have a friend and you see them on social media when it pops up on your feed, but if you intentionally stalk someone, ooh, Virgos, that's dark fucking shit. Especially if you see them as a star, you know they're who you want. But what? You don't apologize, you don't communicate. You might go look in the mirror and ask yourself, God, am I a fucking dark energy? How do I fucking heal this with God? Because that's some twisted fucking shit. Who were you in a past life? I mean, really, some of you might be having dreams like that come in where you're like, holy fuck, I was that fucking crazy. I mean, you're nostalgic about what? A past lover. But so many of you, these trains going off, it's like it's all about sex for you. It's all about just like superficial fucking encounters. You don't want the real magic. And if you don't want the real magic, Tower. What did I just say? What did I say would happen if you don't want this? You don't do the conversations. Tower. Scorpio energy. The 25th, new moon and the solar eclipse in Scorpio. The solar eclipse is always asking, what do you want and what's stopping you? What's stopping you is you looking in the mirror and saying, yeah, I totally offered no emotional vulnerability or truth to this connection. I killed all romance in it. I gave false hope when I knew I was never going to do anything, when I knew I'd turn to other options. I repeat the same cycle over and over again in my life. Yeah, when are you going to change that? Because that's completely entirely up to you. Has nothing to do with the other person. You, it sounds like, are just a toxic lover that what? Just sleeps with everybody. Or did in the past. It's like, how do you fucking kill that? And like, I'm not trying to hate on you guys, but like, God, some of you masculine energies, like the devil comes out. I'm telling you, don't believe me. Don't do the work with the full moon on the 9th. By the way, you can do that right now in the next few days. You don't do that work by the end of the month, this is what's coming for you. Dreams, spirits, shadows, energy. You're going to be like crawling on the floor, feeling more and more energetically weak. Like, oh my God, I remember that tarot reading that lady said, oh my God, wait, is this what it is? Yeah, that's what it is. So I love all of you. I'm here for all of you. I'm happy to read for Divine Masculine Energy. I do it often. But normally when I read for Divine Masculine Energy, they're at a place where like They've already pulled back from third parties. They already get it. They're at a place where they're like, how do I tell this feminine energy how I feel? Or they're at a place where they're really like just genuine. And this feels like, I know that you're genuine. I know you want to get there, but like your ego is much bigger than you think. You might have had a couple ego deaths, so to speak, where you're like, oh, I realized I was kind of in my ego. But like, I don't think you understand how big your ego still is. And if you cannot harness that sexual energy, if you cannot begin to look internally and say, wow, do I energetically present one way and say a different thing? Am I manipulating people? Again, I don't know if you can hear them, but trains are going crazy outside my house. So I'll leave you there tonight, Virgos. I love all of you. Please watch your moon and rising as well if you feel called. I feel like Virgo, Leo, and Pisces were my most kind of Aquarius, like intense divine masculine readings. But there are masculine readings that are much more gentle because they're actually really doing the work. So this is a full embodiment of all of your sign placements. But many people, it's like they're just so stuck in their headspace. Dip into your heart space. Ask yourself, why can I not? Like, you should be sobbing after this reading, to be frank. You should be crying on the floor. Like, you're right. I do that to people. Holy fucking shit. And you should be getting off the internet, shutting your phone down, and turning to God. There's something here that feels so like, where's the action? It's like you're still justifying it. I can like feel it. You're just like, no, that's someone else. That's not really me. A couple things where maybe I'll wait till the end of the month. All right, Virgos, I love you. Good night. I don't mean to get spicy, but geez, this feels... Maybe watch, you know what? Go watch last month, Divine Masculine Virgo, if you haven't already. And see if I was spot on with that one. Because this is, I don't even remember what that one was about, but... Oh, I love you guys. You can find me on TikTok, on Instagram, Ginger Mama. Like I said, gingermama.com with the 3 A's. Happy